Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live. Lisa, Jared, we're going to get to the weather and the fog in a moment. But, of course, we've got to run through all of the important reminders. We're live every weekday morning on Facebook. It stays on your feed all day long, so you can watch it whenever it works for you. We make it into a podcast. You can go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. But we're on all of these social media platforms, not just Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our YouTube channel as well, and of course just the easiest way, just watch us every weekday morning from 5 to 7, and then you're going to know about everything we're about to talk about. Today, fog.
Yeah.
We had some pretty incredible video. I know you said I took 32nd Avenue in, you said 52nd Avenue. You couldn't see much. Is it getting any better?
Not really here this morning. So it's still very foggy across a big chunk of the area. I mean, Grand Forks, when we started the show, was good.
Yeah, right.
And then the other cameras that we used during the show were all foggy, and then eventually it settled in and looked like about 5 or 6:30 this morning. All of a sudden the fog was like, oh, I'm here in Grand Forks.
Yeah, and it's very soupy, very thick, and pretty widespread.
Yeah, it just gave her kind of an eerie look this morning.
Yes.
When I was on 52nd Avenue, I was the only one stopped at light, and I couldn't see any cars anywhere. It was just like,
Okay.
it's just really foggy. It's just weird.
Dylan was out at the LED lights at the fairgrounds in West Fargo. It was eerie there, too, because it was pretty because it was lights, but it was kind of,
Yep.
you know.
So there's no wind today, so I think the fog may stick around till at least lunchtime for a big chunk of the area. And I wouldn't doubt if some of us have kind of some fog that's still into the afternoon, potentially into the evening. So, which rarely happens for us,
Right.
but it'll likely improve a little this afternoon, but it still might be, a mild visibility that you can see out there. So you may even notice later on today. So the one day our wind's actually cooperating, we're having to deal with fog for us. So.
It's because we were all complaining about the wind yesterday.
Yeah. So tonight into tomorrow, I went out there some patchy fog just early, but then I think the breeze will pick up on Saturday, and the southern part of the valley is going to have a shot of some 40, so it'll be really mild tomorrow. Saturday's a quiet day. If you're traveling tomorrow, it should be clear sailing for the most part. Just watch for some fog in the morning. And then Sunday, I'm sure you've heard us talking about rain kind of moving on in. It looks like it's going to be kind of a one-day situation now. I know earlier in the week it kind of looked like it would kind of encompass both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Now it's mainly going to be Christmas Eve, starting in the form of rain for some of us in the morning. Then I think there'll be a little period of some winter mix followed by a little snow. So there is the potential, if you're looking for that white Christmas, that some of us will get that. I think better chance will be kind of in east central parts of North Dakota. So maybe Jamestown to Ashley, North Dakota, if you don't have snow on the ground, those areas that could end up seeing some. Fargo will probably see a little snow, but we'll have to see how the temperatures line up while it's moving on through. If it's too warm, it might just be melting as it comes down, too.
Not as pretty.
No. But we got to watch those road conditions, though, out there, too, because I think it'll end up getting kind of cool on Sunday night into Monday, so Christmas Day, that I went out there, some icy conditions out there.
Okay, right. I mean, I joke because you want a white Christmas, a little dusting would be pretty, but it doesn't take very much to create slick roads.
Yeah, so, and I mean, it's that time of year, so it's just like, it drops down to some upper 20s. We'll have a little bit of freeze out there, so really watch the travel out there on Monday, I would say, and potentially even by Christmas Eve.
Okay, and we've said this all along, but that WDAY Storm Tracker app will be really important to have over the weekend. If it starts to move in, you can track the temperatures, wherever you are. If you're driving, you can set it so that it follows you if you want it to. Right?
Yeah, and the video on there, we update it multiple times during the day. So just like, this is new model runs come in, looks like it's going to speed up or slow down. We're on top of that, and those road conditions are always so helpful. It's just like right there.
Yes, yeah, I agree. And we're going to have all of our newscasts over the weekend as well. So we'll be here for you to update you. So
yeah.
Thank
Otherwise,
you,
next week after Christmas, looks like 30s, which is above average.
Still above average.
Yeah,
okay.
Quiet weather. We have no connection with that Arctic air yet. So we'll probably finish out this year on a relatively very mild note.
We joked about this on First News this morning, like huge difference from last year. You were talking about, you were shoveling right now.
Yeah, it was like every day. Anytime we got snow, then you had to like blow snow or shovel it for 3 days because then we got winds. And this year it's like, it looks like maybe like 6 or 7 days out we may see some rain with some snow.
So
I feel like that's how
weird.
that forecast is going. So it's pretty wild. I feel like this will be one that, I feel like we'll remember this one more so than last year with all the snow that we had.
Right. Well, because I blocked that one out on purpose.
That's a good idea.
I agree. Okay, thank you, Jared.
All right.
All right. Well, of course, the big headline is fog, so just be careful if you're out and about right now. Another story that we actually broke for you on First News, Fargo firefighters rescued a man from an overnight apartment fire. We know he was taken by ambulance to a local hospital, but we are still working to learn his condition this morning. Firefighters were called to that apartment complex on 35th Street South just after 1 this morning. It's an apartment building close to the Fargo Cashwise. When firefighters arrived, they say the fire was contained to the kitchen area of the apartment. They were able to quickly put it out. The fire is still under investigation, but we do know initial damage estimates are at about $35,000. If you're looking to send out last-minute Christmas gifts today, Christmas Eve Sunday, it is Friday, you're waiting to the last minute, but there's one delivery service you can still use to ship out those packages. Today is the last day. You can use FedEx's same-day delivery. If you send them out today, they should get there by Christmas. Of course, another option, you do have Amazon. Some things 1 or 2 day shipping, but you do want to double-check that depending on where you are sending it to. Big story today, the UN Security Council says it's expected to vote on a resolution that calls for suspending the war between Israel and Hamas. The UNSC says a pause in military action is needed to bring humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. The Biden administration says Israeli officials are focusing on lower intensity attacks toward Hamas. According to the Hamas-controlled health ministry, roughly 20,000 Palestinians were killed since the war started on October 7th. Hot Mic with Dom Izzo coming up here, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. NGSU has decided to promote from within on its defensive staff. All-American linebacker Grant Olson will now be the defensive coordinator. He will join the show and talk to Dom about his new roles. You won't want to miss that. Plus, the Vikings have a huge showdown with the Lions at US Bank Stadium. Dom's dad will be on to make his weekly picks. Join us for Hot Mic, 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inform.com. And, of course, we still have that great holiday special going on. If you don't have your Inform.com subscription yet, half off your annual subscription. It might also be a great gift to a loved one as well. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to get that incredible deal. And remember, we have you covered with newscasts. Next one coming up, an hour-long 11 a.m. newscast, and then this afternoon, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Have a great day, everyone, and happy holidays.